Hey guys, so this changes everything. This changes the game when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to the law of attraction. Ask yourself this one thing and this one thing only. So, law of attraction. Who is attracting that thing you want? Can a person that wants something attract that thing into their experience, into their existence? And the answer is no. You cannot attract something to you unless, and here's the catch, here's the trick that nobody tells you, or they sell it as a course to make millions. But here it is. To attract that which you want, you need to become someone else. You need to become the vibrational match for that thing you actually want. It's not coming to you. You don't attract. It's impossible for you to attract that into your experience. The one who has that is already living in a parallel reality that exists just now. But you have to tune in to the version of yourself that has that thing already. So how is that person showing up every day? How is that person feeling? What is their main emotional state? What does this person do? Is it doing any good with that thing you wanted? How does it behave around others? What is he or she doing with that thing they always wanted? Because in their reality, it's normal. It's just part of the experience. They don't want, and that's why you can never attract from a wanting state. You need to become someone else. You need to become the version of you, if you will, of your essence that is not going anywhere, but the condition that you have imposed upon yourself without knowing unconsciously can never have. So that version of yourself that is living now in a parallel reality, you can jump into that reality, but you need to understand that you no longer want it. You embody the version that already has it. I know there are many tips and tricks, but a lot of people will just not understand that it's not something you attract. You become the version of yourself that attracts that, because it's part of them, attracts that into their experience all of the time. You attract your vibrational standpoint. And that's why if you keep on being pushed by the waves of emotions and life situations and circumstances and not truly learn how to manage your frequency state, you will always be wanting that. And maybe you get to a stage where you start seeing glimpses of it, and then you say, no, maybe that's not for me, because your frequency standpoint is lower than that, and you will always come back to that which you believe yourself to be. So ask your future self, how am I showing up? What am I feeling? What am I attracting? Who am I talking with? What am I doing? What type of experiences am I having? Because that, I can tell you, will absolutely transform the game. It has, in my experience, I don't truly talk about my own personal experience on this channel, but I can tell you, I was working a job I didn't like. I wasn't happy at all, and I was wanting something else, and it was just not happening. But what I started doing is, within that same reality, I started feeling internally differently, and I started seeing myself asking questions to that future self without knowing actually at the time, and having conversations with it, and internally feeling as if that was already part of my existence. It was already happening, and that was the missing key. So now I actually do what I love for a living, and it comes in a state of flow because I allow myself to attract that. I don't look for it, and if I find myself looking for something, now I get to catch myself and just, okay, I will never get there. I need to become one with my future self, and your higher self, which is the one who knows and the one you can trust in order to create something you've been meaning to create, if it's a project or just see the material before. See it in your mind as if you already had it, and then let it go. Because think about this. Let's say I'm wearing this shirt. It's a blue shirt. I'm not trying to wear a blue shirt. I don't want to wear a blue shirt. I'm wearing it, so I know it's on me. So it's the same thing with the reality you want to experience. And it's not bypassing, it's knowing that a different reality exists and that you can get to the other reality, but not by being the same person, because that person is carrying frustration of not having it, probably a victim mentality of why not me, probably I truly deserve this, why does everyone else have it but I don't. And all of those emotions are too dense for that, for growing into the version. You cannot grow into that version. You can expand your frequency and become one with that vibration, be a vibrational match for that which you are seeking. So now I live in a different country. I wanted to move to a different country. I did. Now I'm living off my art and coaching people when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to actually connecting with your heart space, and connecting with your heart space is what's gonna actually allow for those things that are meant for you and that you actually always wanted internally. Maybe you didn't know it, but there's a beautiful life that you can live in a state of flow and abundance of everything, every sense, and you start sensing other things. But you need to let go of that version that has all of that nostalgia, that has all of that suffering, all of that wanting. It is just not possible that way. You need to become the vibrational match for that which you are seeking. Stop seeking, become that. You are not seeking any longer. You get it. If you put that in practice, your reality will shift accordingly, but it will shift only as fast as you are available with your frequency. Hope this helps. Let me know in the comments, and see you in the next one.